Welcome, returning and new subscribers. This is your goddess, high priestess, Empress Alba La Pantera. Welcome. Don't forget to wash your hands upon entering this here palace, okay? By liking the video, which is also you saging yourself. Come up in here cleansed. Y'all, we gonna get into these messages. First message, more like a question. Huh. And in the age of Pisces, this was like a question that you're not supposed to ask. What is and who is God? What is and who is God? Because if you break down that word by each letter, generator, operator, destroyer, the bigger picture of it all, it's an operator. It's an operator. Either to generate or destroy. So, a lot of these religious texts are beautifully designed when you take the moment to really dive in. And diving in for the majority has been the journey of the dark night of the soul. Now, all of these biblical or religious texts is showing you through allegories the divine creation of your body and what's within it. So once again, who or what is God? To move this along, it is that which is within you, and through the choices you make to generate or destroy. And you start to go down this path when you hear or read about certain angels and demons that have a connection to higher knowledge, even stuff like astrology, tarot cards. But this is why the message began as such. Who and what is God? Because most of these texts start with the word of God. What God? Which God? Who is God? Because apparently that's who's making the rules when it's being taught in a way for the collective to look outside themselves. But again, once you take that journey, you start to dive a little bit deeper. You start to realize, oh, wait a minute. This is talking about me. This is talking about my body. This is talking about my brain. This is talking about my spinal cord. This is talking about me. And you know when this starts to click in, y'all? In moments of solitude, where you begin to question. So we're going to vibe off of that in terms of the messages that we pick up on today. So grab your pencils, your notepad. Some of you may already have it. Once again, welcome. Okay, let's get started. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, protectors, warriors that guide and protect me along with ascended masters. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Definitely hit that like button if you are here to bring heaven on earth, which is the ascended version of yourself. As all of this has to do with what's going on within you. Literally 6:07, and there was a firefighter siren that drove by before I actually went live at 6:07 and 6:19 here. And I looked into the lexicon as to what 607 signifies. In the lexicon, it's you. As I just told you about you at 6:07. So let's get into this message. So for your pre-shuffle, y'all, you got GPS directing you towards the jackpot. You got whoop whoop. Okay. Now, as you can see, you got the number 144 right here. So you got the royal family stepping in already. Okay. Now, 503 speaks of the moon in Taurus. We definitely had that card pop through in the environment section in the tarot spread we did yesterday. So we're going to do another spread to see where the collective is in connection to the way we started this live. So obviously you're being guided, okay, to a wish fulfillment that has to do with abundance, love, joy, all things of a high vibration, all things of nurturing, and in the sense of you nurturing others as well as the nurturing being reciprocated. But I'm going to see what you all have as I have you all here, right? You got free falling here at the bottom of the deck. Let me pull up 503. You feel me? That's the Hierophant, the Fool, and the Empress. Oh, okay. I just got in a moment of confusion. Some of you are gaining clarity because you're at the edge. Oh shit, 503 to make thousandfold. Wow, that speaks of ascension. That speaks of ascension, or much rather, the crucifixion. So, with that being said, it's like in this moment of indecision, your internal GPS goes off for you to step into a higher vibration. And it's like the actions that you're taking, you can tell they're coming from source that's also within you. So first you had to unlock that source within you. So there could be something that's pulling itself back around to you as like a checkpoint, especially with Saturn going into Pisces on the 7th of next month. I may even save this video as part of the series I want to do, or will be doing with you all as we approach Saturn in Pisces. So that way, you know, as a form of guidance, you know exactly where you're at, especially if it resonates with you, but just as a tool of guidance, you know what I'm saying? So As we're approaching this, something could be coming back around as a form of a checkpoint between 2007 and 2009. Okay. So it's like if you're not stable, you'll be getting stable. And if you are, there are additional lessons that are going to come in to solidify even more stability. Okay. So let's see what you all have here. Okay. 1,000-fold to you, Joe V, for the love and appreciation. Energy exchange, my love, 1,000-fold to you, beloved. Now, I'm going to be pausing a lot during this live because there's so much to be said, but I'm also being mindful. Okay. So, this definitely has to do with the reasons why it's important for you to practice meditation, your breathing, eating foods that feed your blood during the time that the moon is in your sun sign for those 2.5 days, which is basically your Christmas season, your christening every month. Okay. So it's obviously ideal that these cards came out the way they did in the pre-shuffle with the numbers 144 and 503, speaking of 1,000-fold. And that's actually what the crucifixion that you read in the text also signifies. That when that same oil reaches the optic thalamus, which is the point where you become the light of the world. The connection to the mind's eye due to the Kundalini process, like you have that process of the Kundalini active during the time that the moon is in your sun sign. This is every month. As far as the collective is concerned, this is where you have the holiday called Christmas coming from. But you have that energy happening to you every month. Okay, so let's see. What's the message here for y'all? X-ray vision. Okay. Number 2, it's giving high priestess energy and in the heartbeat. Now, with the heartbeat coming through here, this is speaking of, for some of you, where you have actually done this process but haven't been aware that you've been doing it. And now that you know, Age of Aquarius, of what it is that you've been doing in healing yourself, you're also realizing that this is what has been hidden or considered taboo in previous generations. and only considered such or something that you should not do because of who pockets is being filled when you don't. Some of you hear your clock in terms of your x-ray vision. The alarm has gone off. There's no more going back to sleep. There's no more going back to sleep. There's no more going back to sleep. Live and direct. So you see here, this GPS is leading you towards, it's giving Superman vibes right now. Brand spanking new. Let's look at this 235 right quick. Let's go into the metaphysics of it. Let's look at this X-ray vision and this live wire. Let's look at this 235. To go away, to go about. And 3515, speaking of GPS, 15 would be the GPS, 35 will be the live wire you're about to look into, which is 3155. But like for some of you, that alarm clock has gone off at the age of 31 after your Saturn return. Others of you are going through this Saturn return when Saturn goes into Pisces, or have your Saturn return this year or last year. And then we have here for 3515, speaking of, no, that's actually 3155, but that speaks of a descendant of Zerah, Israelite. But let me go to what we actually was looking for. 3515. To go away, heavy. Okay. So anything that has been a burden in your life, the alarm clock, one for your x-ray vision, has gone off for you to disconnect from what no longer serves you, which is Saturn and Pisces energy anyway, in terms of it being the 8 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Again, this is going back to the question, as you know, the way we started the live. Who is the God that you serve? The generator, operator, destroyer. Shit. We got the destroyer coming out here. So this is given the masculine's energy, because where that oil actually secretes from has to do with the feminine aspect, or the right brain. So for ages, at least this age of Pisces that we just left, has been connected only to the destroyer. Only to the destroyer. But let's see what else came out there. It says, take that spiritual bath. We have the destroyer, and it's saying pull 1 to 3 tarot cards. Let's do it then. Let me go to this deck, and I'll use this for our spread. What's the message here? Let's look at the other cards as well. You have pull 1 to 3 tarot cards coming through, having to do with connections and communications with and on purpose. As you are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine, you are remembering the number 13 could be significant, and then you got past life. So I'm picking up strongly on those of you who have Pluto and Scorpio, or any of your placements that have to do with Scorpio, even Aries too, because Aries would be connected to the cerebrum, which is where that oil resides. Show me this energy here for the collective. Ooh. Let's see what this is about, y'all. Ooh. It's time to bring this into balance. New beginnings, once again, brand spanking new. Some of you, yeah, speaking of Spider-Man, they go number 31. Some of you are legit superheroes. Or you carry that energy of being one. As a matter of fact, let me just... hold on. Which one was that? Was it the... I think it's the bundle. Yeah. If your natal chart carries the shape of a bundle, wedge, or a cluster shape, you give that impression off of a superhero. Okay? You feel like you're fighting the rest of the world because you have like this sense of you being supernatural. So, ooh, next card out is Stand Your Ground. At the bottom of the deck, prosperity begins with material and spiritual prosperity. This prosperity that's beginning for you, that some of you may feel like this has been on hold, which it has been, because you had to balance certain situations out in order for you to stand your ground. And the way you were going to be able to stand your ground, what it was definitely you connecting to your vision. You have to get a better view of your own vision. Some of you didn't have a better view of your own vision. Okay. So let's see what we have coming up next. For the third, we have fulfillment of wishes. Ashe. Jupiter and Pisces. This could be significant. Seven of Wands is Mars and Leo. And the balance card is Libra energy. Here we have 1179. As far as what's flowing within you, and you have a parent that has been in this world during that year, there could be some significance as to who and why you are the person you are today. Okay. But let me look at, we got firm foundation at the bottom of the deck with the fulfillment of wishes. Yeah, we was just talking about this at the beginning of it. With Saturn in Pisces, it's bringing forth, where you have to make certain adjustments and doing so. And others of you have been doing this the last 2 years, that you can sense with Saturn going into Pisces, you're going to be making those adjustments already. You know what I'm saying? So welcome, honey. 1179. Let's look at 1179, y'all. Because this has to do with the message of the first card out was the Destroyer. This is why we have these 3 cards here of balance, stand your ground, and you'll have your fulfillment of wishes. Because you're being asked at this moment to connect and communicate with and on purpose, as you are remembering a lot about your past life. And you know what's wild? That this here 1179 has the Lord, it speaks of the Lord of destruction. with Baal's energy, which also connects to Saturn. Huh. Give me a second. Hmm. Lord of consecration. So this has to do with fasting here too. Okay, so based on what we were saying, I highly suggest that when the moon is in your sun sign for those 2.5 days, let that be the day where you start to really work on your meditations and practices of cleansing your body. You can even do it, let's say you can start that from 6 hours before the moon goes into your sun sign. So you can start that process already. You know what I'm saying? So okay. So let's see what else you got coming through here. Would take that spiritual bath. It's a lot of cards, but we'll take it. Ooh, you got here at the bottom of the deck a message from the Most High as you connecting to eternal life. Somebody out here better keep quiet in terms of the way they speak of you. Eternal life, 1 to 5 days. I ain't laughing at you or the person. That's just wow, how they came up. You got serpent charm. If you are a serpent charm, if you got Capricorn 8 degrees in your natal chart, continue to do your affirmations. There's about to be a shift in work and career. Okay. But yeah, the Most High said they better keep quiet. Because I feel like you have taken quite a hit, for having to break through certain belief systems to now finally connect to what you know. Once again, there's certain things you did not know that was hidden from you. And put it this way, the Most High, the universe, this planet, off the rip, doesn't give a fuck about these authority figures that want to sit here and continue to hide things from you that are already within you. You know what I'm saying? So welcome, Fatima Dreams. You get it. So the key for you, though, there could be things that you're going to start to have access to for further information. Okay. It may piss you off, but let's step away from that. Let's look at it for what it is and to just express gratitude for just having the information. You feel me? That's all. Okay. So it had to unfold this way, especially for divine masculine. I feel like for some of you, there's a divine masculine, a king that you have always been connected to, your emperor, that has taken a hit physically for the evolution that you've been going through emotionally, or even vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But it had to unfold this way for higher love, sense of freedom, to break from toxic patterns. Yes, indeed, with it. Mm-hmm. Then you have this card, as we just mentioned, vulnerability. This is a big one here. In matters of love, where you allow yourself to be vulnerable, right? And the reason why is because you're not thinking, someone is going to betray you. But you see that in a lot of these texts. And the reason why, if we go to the root of it all, it has to do with the question that I asked in the beginning. Who and what is God to you? Because then that will determine the belief system that you're connected to. Because if you know that you are the generator, operator, and the destroyer from the choices that you make, we in a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? So number 2055, 855, you could be seeing quite a bit, right? Which is bringing in major changes. So even down to the word amen, amen, AMON. That in itself is like an affirmation. It's a word of an affirmation in terms of the process that happens where you can purify the blood, or where you know you you purify the blood, and where you can also wake up these dormant cells to heal the body. I don't know what's going on in this dream state. I'm seeing people that I know are not their usual self. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's almost like an exorcism that's happening. The more you know in this age of knowing, the more you're going to see. It's like literally seeing the demons in connection to what they believe God is show up to you, and they can't reach you, but you see it for all that it is. The shocking part is actually who it is that is transforming into these energies, or who it's coming out of. You know what I'm saying? It get real, real quick. Then you have Proverbs 28:20. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who makes haste to be rich will not go unpunished. We live in a world where those that are considered the wealthy have done it in a way that caused them, well, fuck a cause, they chose to sacrifice humanity to do so. However, this is in the same book that's being taught, or people are being taught from this book, but in a way to dominate. If people don't wake up and realize that it's literally a book of physiology and anatomy, then the one who knows is in control of that person's body. Human design, speaking of, okay. And then we got the body of a goddess here. So this card I connected to you building up the physical vessel to be able, you know, to carry that strong spirit that you're connecting with, that is truly connected to the God within you. And this is where you start to, feel certain ascension symptoms where, like in Lucy, she didn't feel pain, but she can feel the blood flowing through her veins. She can feel, the spindles, or the different parts of her brain. It is deep. Then we got family, followed by spiritual wound. It had to unfold this way. And then you have vulnerability come up after that. 3355 on a timer. Anubis. Ooh wee. Oh shit. And that's the first time that, as I'm pulling these cards, they had me look over this. They better keep quiet. That's a message from Anubis. Your eyes, for some of you, you're carrying the energy of Anubis through your eyes. So you could be highly sensitive at this time. Some of you are reflectors here. As a reflector, you definitely want to learn to live by the moon cycles, as you are one who absorbs what's going on in the world and reflect it back. There goes Source. Yo, you said that my water. As for you then, honey, Source said the chains have been broken. They're breaking them fucking chains up in this reading, I tell you that. Especially for some of you that may have been single for some time, because as you saw here in the beginning, you have this divine masculine king going to an empress state, but that can only happen once there is a union between the right and the left brain. And this christening that we're speaking of comes from the cerebrum, or the I am that I am, Aries energy, but it's the right side. And what has been cut from the world? The leadership of the matriarch in union with the patriarch. You know what I'm saying? So now it said pull 1 to 3 oracle cards. They ain't got me pulling having to do with surrender. So we'll go to the surrender deck. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High. Because the Most High gonna keep that shit quiet. Okay. And the only thing you must focus on at this time is be ready to shift. Some of you definitely have to release comparisons. Okay, these are all okay. So it's just these definitely have to release comparisons, and this could be happen naturally while the North Node is in Taurus and the South Node is in Scorpio, because the nodal shifts are going to be going into Aries and Libra as of the summer. Okay. And then you have 6 to 9 months, just about. So when Aries and Libra hold the torch for the world in terms of the North Node and South Node shifting into their signs, anything that is connected to limiting beliefs or through the suppression of limiting beliefs, this is where you have been influenced to exercise the strength of attachment, having the stronghold to things. Now that's not love. It's not love. That's more of fear happening when you get attached to something. So let's see what the surrender message is, and then we'll go into the Celtic spread. What's the message of surrender for the collective, so they can stand their ground, bring balance into their life as the fulfillment of wishes is coming in, prosperity is beginning in the material and spiritual world. Surrender the drama. Okay, enough said. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And what happens when this energy is being released from the brain, it goes into the solar plexus, aka that's what they mean by Bethlehem. This is great. Then you got and a lot of this drama is coming from people that you've been vulnerable with, okay, and trusted yourself to ask for love and support but didn't receive it. You just been surrounded by more drama. So you're being asked to surrender the negative thinking in connection to that, especially if you're thinking negatively without a solution. Because if you're focused on a solution, you're not going to be so focused on the negative aspects of it where it's out of balance with the positive. You know what I'm saying? It's not that the negative is bad. It's just more so you want to balance out the negative and the positive, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. feel me? So you have control over your thoughts, y'all. Okay. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. There goes that balance. Final message from this deck, we have surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. And for some of you, that means surrendering the drama and stepping away from people that's all about that. Because when worries arise, you start to feel a disconnect from the body, obviously. But when they arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. And that is a fact because that was your first card out in the pre-shuffle. You're being guided towards the jackpot. Once again, prosperity begins, fulfillment of wishes. Now you see that treasure chest. And speaking of the God frequency, the generator, operator, destroyer, the operator is the one standing on the leaf. See, the water can also be, connected to generation or generating, but it could also destroy. Just like fire, you can use it to cook, but you can also use it to burn. You know what I'm saying? So everything has its balance. Everything has its balance. Welcome, Ruby. So let's go into the Celtic spread. Keep these cards right here. Let's get to it. So let's see what your current situation is. So we have this here, Virgo energy and the Two of Swords. So what this is speaking of is you taking a moment to really see what it is that you have to surrender when it comes to that drama that was just mentioned. This could even be a story that you're replaying in your own mind or your feelings. 657. As the moon reflects emotions connected to memories, and Libra, one-on-one partnerships. This doesn't just have to be, in matters of love, you and your partner. This could be a partner at work, a sibling. This could be whomever or whatever in terms of pairing up. But you will be moving from this, nonetheless, with the Six of Swords. There's going to be a shift in the mindset that allows you to move forward. So 657 says seizing, end. Okay. So there's definitely an end here for the collective. This is your current situation of the conflict, the stalemates, things not moving forward. I'm going to take these back, but we're just going to pull one card at a time. But that had to come up, though. Split the deck. We have the Empress stepping into your power. 44 on the clock. Once you've mastered the lessons here, as it relates to those one-on-one partnerships, once again, Libra energy, but with the Three of Swords is Saturn. You're wiser now. Ooh, okay. The way Anubis and they better keep quiet, source, the most high, all of that coming through at once. Okay. So this right here coming out as the first card as your current situation, there's a part of you've tamed. You put the hand in the lion's mouth that is within you. Okay. For a lot of you, this is where you had a shortage of confidence because you would be reactive with this type of frequency. Now, something may have happened that made you, sit down and have a moment to reflect on the way things are being affected by your actions or others. Some of you could have been happy handed or verbally extremely excited. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that you can say that it gets to people. But you had to learn how to will that power back in and not be so careless about it, which led to the isolation. And then when you start to isolate yourself, or I would prefer using the word put yourself in moments of solitude, people get real uncomfortable. But that's okay. Just continue to mind your business, even while they're minding yours. You know what I'm saying? So you started to really see the value in trust. Even when it comes to financial resources, you realize how potent that word or that energy of trust is. It changes a lot. What was the challenge here? Oh, Ace of Cups. Mm, 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 mm. Ace of Cups speaks of being open, first and foremost, affection, intimacy, deep feelings, love, emotion, growth, fertility, compassion, enlightenment, well being, new relationships, supreme unconditional relationships. This is in a challenging position of your spread, y'all. So, with that, let's look at what's being said here about the strength card. And then we have the Hierophant here speaking of higher levels of commitment, but also something that you study, something that you really put your focus on and study. So let's see what the energy of this is. What's going on here for the collective? What is this about? What is this about? Ooh, speaking your truth, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, fifth chakra, the throat chakra, back against the core values. Venus, Taurus, throat chakra, Hierophant, anxiety. So, on another aspect of it, this has to do with some of you who had to muster up the strength to actually say what you have to say. It's like once one group says too much, and that's abusing your own power, and others of you are not saying enough, which is allowing your power to become a force that starts to debilitate you or drain you. What's this? Happy family in reverse. So this definitely got something to do with family, especially with Saturn going into Pisces. Yeah, because that's the last time that was like that was 29 years ago. Just about. And from 2023 to 2025, 26, it'll be in Pisces, Saturn, which has a lot to do with restriction, to crystallize something. And Pisces is belief. It's your immune system. It's your spirituality, purifying oneself, resolutions to problems. So it's almost as if wherever you have any type of issue that you've been, putting on the back burner, Saturn's going to be right next to you to make sure you get it done, especially if you got Saturn transiting through your fourth house. When it goes into Pisces, it's going to have a lot to do with the home and the way you grew up. So wherever it is that you notice that you start to have these restrictions, this is also where you're going to gain a lot of wisdom, which can also bring you material prosperity. Because let's say you got Saturn in Pisces going through your third house, there could be issues with your car, but that's going to put you in a position to learn how to work with cars. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else we got going through here. And then we got Angel of Strength once again. This Angel of Strength ain't not here playing, huh? Okay. So I'm getting from this right now, hostilities, having to take that step when it comes to what you consider to be family. It may not even be blood relatives anymore because of what you had to endure and wanting to make it so. Yeah, look at that. The moon and then the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is the moon in Cancer. So there's a lot of Cancerian energy, fourth house vibes. What's at the basis of this? The King of Wands. Who was in the immediate future yesterday, or what happens next position. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. All right, here I am. So now we got the King of Wands coming out as the basis of your reading. Okay. And this has to do with the spirit of leadership rising up now. And okay. So with this King of Wands as the foundation, it's asking you to literally reflect on something that occurred in the immediate past. Let's see what this is, because the King of Wands is pointing directly towards it, which also has his back towards the advice. So I'm also getting there could be people in your family that you're advising that turn their backs on the advice that you give. Stop overworking yourself to do so. Or turn your backs on advice that you could be given from someone. And trust the guidance within. What's in the immediate past? There goes the Seven of Wands, which is a stand your ground card. So some of you learned a valuable lesson when it comes to love and support. You've been given too many people or energies outside of you the power that's within. Similar to when people are looking for a savior outside themselves when 5533, when the savior is already within you. It's also like knowing that. Some of you already know you know that, but you still move in the opposite way. Or if that's not you, these could be energies around you moving in the opposite direction of knowing what they should do due to ignorance. Even in conversations, like I can have a conversation with someone, they know exactly what it is that they're saying, but there tends to be a habit when people express themselves to say, I don't know. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm one of those, like, I'm gonna make sure, listen, you know what you know. You just said it. You know what I'm saying? So we have the King of Cups here, though, at the bottom of the deck, which came out in reverse as the outcome. So this could have something to do with the Scorpio energy or a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you there's things that you were doing that could have possibly blocked you from a partnership with the water sign, and you not truly needing, you not truly seeing the value of self. The possible outcome is the Four of Swords, which was in the environment yesterday after the Page of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Wands here. Show me this energy. First of the Seven of Wands in your immediate past. Let's look at what you may have already been setting boundaries with. This could be something you set boundaries with and you allowed it to overstep, or them to overstep. Show me the Seven of Wands. Okay, we got two cards. Ooh. This was all part of your contract, though, your soul's contract. That's one thing. 6-2. 6-2 is Gemini energy. That could be significant too, that height, 6-2. But 6-2 would be Mars in Gemini. So Mars is in Gemini. Huh. And during the retrograde is when you really started to see a lot more here. Let me see. Because you had to go within and handle the war within, or the battles within you. Because as far as the energies that we have out here so far, has to do with personal planets. You got the Strength card, the King of Wands, that's solar energy, solar plexus. You have the Seven of Wands in your immediate past, that's Mars, the use and action of your solar plexus, the use and action of your willpower. Again, something that you have control over. And then the possible outcome is the way you integrate it in your life with Jupiter and Libra. So the way you're integrating these lessons of the past in the near future. Okay. So let's look at the energy. You got Blossom in Abundance here of the Four of Swords as your possible outcome. Show me more of this energy of the Four of Swords. Oh, shit. Divine guidance surrounds you now for us. This daughter romance with a storm warning, because it's It's a striking connection that's coming into your life. Whether this be love, career, it's blossom in abundance. You know what I'm saying? And then we got rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, some of you may have been resting and you're wondering when things are going to shift. Get your rest, because when shit starts shifting, you're going to be wanting the rest that you have access to right now. Okay? So, 1033. I look at that number as divine guidance surrounds you now, but let me look at this again. House of the Ram. Well, shit. Aries. Okay. There's that. The house of the I am that I am coming in like a storm. There's some bridges that gonna have to get swallowed here by this here flood now. So this is part of the water energy, the foundation, Cancer vibes, 4th house, Scorpio vibes, 8th house, 12th house, Pisces. Have a lot to do with karma. Those are houses of karma, learning lessons in the home, the way you exchange your energy with others, Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? And also the way you believe, or what you believe in, as far as Pisces is concerned. And then you got Saturn going into Pisces. So there's some shit here about to get shaken up now. Either you're going to see how strong a partnership how strong a partnership is, or how weak it is. Source is going to show you how. Welcome, Aisha, honey. Yep. Lovers. As I split the die, making a decision. What's happening in the immediate future here? See what's next. Oh, shit. Ooh. Golly. 5 of Pentacles. And again, that's going back to doing something you want to do that you know has to do with your heart space, finding the strength to do it. And some people may feel left out in the cold, going back to that energy of solitude, when you really sit there and reconnect with your true self and you start to see what you can no longer align with because it's not a vibrational match. You may hurt some feelings, but that's none of your business. Some of you may have made that shit your business in the past, and now it's time for you to stand your ground. You give that love and support, but is it being reciprocated? Obviously not, but this is probably what you're going to be seeing here in the immediate future. And then the Emperor is at the bottom of the deck telling you to reclaim your power. Or that when you reclaim your power, you know what I'm saying, you start to realize that you are your own safe haven. You don't have to be out there in the cold. All you got to do is go to this doorway, enter this place here, this safe haven, or whatever you consider to be your safe haven. Show me this energy. Tell me you get that rest and rejuvenate. So that means ground yourself. Some of you have been going through ascension. You have to ground that energy. So we have community and walking away. Yeah, for sure. This could even be certain, things that you do watch online that you no longer connect with, or because you watch certain things online, people don't connect with you anymore. It's about to be a cold, cold world out here. I'm going to tell you that right now, come March. Man. But it's all for the highest purpose of all. 717 on the clock. You got to be shitting me. 727 speaks of Ark of the Covenant. Ooh-wee. All right. Which is the optic thalamus. And what is that? Where the energy of the crystalline that's released from the cerebrum, the claustrum, goes back to. Allowing you to be the light of the world. Some of you're not going to be able to dim your light, even if you like that word, tried. You ain't gonna be able to try shit. It's either you're gonna do it or you're not. Gotta know. Age of Aquarius, I know. What you know? What you know? Hmm? Really? This happened to you in the past life, as it says here. Instead of them physically crucifying you or burning you up, all they can do is talk at this point. But that goes to show you the type of frequency that we in right now, that of life and death are in the power of the tongue. It's important for you to know what you know, because you're in the world right now where people can make you believe anything. The soul has realigned with the physical body in a way that only you can lie to yourself through ignorance. That's all. And fear, worry. Welcome, Sistren Intuitive. Yo. So, yeah. Let's see what the advice is. That's why the King of Wands here. Somebody here that you leave out in the cold in the immediate future is exactly who it is you're turning your back to and standing your ground. Because remember, you're bringing things into balance. What exactly? The right and the left brain, the masculine and the feminine. That's what you got. Where did the balance card go? How would just, but the first card out that you got was balance, and then you had stand your ground and fulfillment of wishes. You stand your ground, whoo wee. Mm, mm, mm. You stand your ground. You see it there? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Speaking of balance, they was like, I got you. Let me give you the balance card. Libra. There it is. What's the advice position card? What's this message right here? Ooh. Queen of Pentacles, huh? What's at the bottom? Ooh. Ooh, shit. Okay. So with the Queen of Pentacles, again, that's like mind your business. But you're being advised to nurture your vision. Once again, you're being advised to nurture your vision. Because once again, this is where you see what it is that you want to create. Once again, those 2.5 days that the moon is in your sun sign, focus on consecration, focus on meditation, focus on your breathing exercises, focus on minding your business, focus on making sure that your energetic space is of peace and calmness, at least for those 2.5 days every month. Because what happens is during that time, that elixir, that gold, that Lord version of you, that authority of spirit within you is going through a dissension through your spinal cord into your sacral. And a lot of these ancestral blocks, spiritual blocks, they start in the womb space, which also shows you the way the world is built in terms of the lack of balance between the masculine and the feminine, the matriarch and the patriarch. So before I even continue, let me just look at that. The Daughter Spirits at the bottom of the deck. Which means wiping the slate clean. We just spoke about that spiritual wound. And Saturn is coming to set the record straight, put things in order when it comes to spirituality. Show me the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. The yin and yang. And it fell out like this. But there's victory. Show me the King of Wands energy. Show me the King of Wands energy. This is Source talking to you. Oh, shit. This is Source talking to you. You got 533. Magician in the mirror, blossom in abundance is clarifying this Queen of Wands. King of Wands at the basis of your message. 11107. I'm telling you, this is like this message, the way it's coming out, it's like Source talking to you. Like, all right, the basis of all of this for you to actually put things to rest and rejuvenate yourself, you're going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to trust your own instincts and your gut. Okay. And while doing so, you may come across certain challenges that you have already come across recently for some of you, or at least within the last 7 years, but you have mastered a version of yourself, 33. Okay. Speaking of rising through the column, the spinal column, 33 vertebrae. And then the King of Wands pointing directly towards the immediate past of standing your ground would actually bring you the 8th wand, or Mercury in Sagittarius, which is also speaking of, you see in the image of the 8 of Wands, how things are just coming quickly to you to make a change, because you have finally connected to the rawness of your strength. But in order to do that, you had to put your hands in the mouth of the lion within you. So this is really like being like teaching yourself how to calm down in moments where things can get real ugly, or do get ugly. Instead of you doing something, that could be detrimental to you down the line, you learn how to calm yourself down, and you just choose to do something that's more of a higher vibration. Let me see what 533 is for this King of Wands, because ooh-wee. Strong and mighty, which represents God. The balance of the generator and the destroyer, you as the operator, God. What else about the Queen of Pentacles here? Indecision. And then we got Archangel Michael coming through like, nah, enough of that. Enough of the indecision. It's time to make a decision. It's time to make a decision and walk through the door to spirit. I know that's right. And cleanse yourself from all of these beliefs that has you being dominated by someone because they want to be greedy. And again, with the victory. Show me the 5 of Pentacles in the immediate future for what's next. The thinking woman. Giving off this high priestess vibes, or the bridge, crossing that bridge with knowledge and wisdom. And then the solar plexus once again. What's this? Ooh, shit. I'm telling you, that storm warning with the door to romance, because it's a thinking man and a thinking woman. Some of you have to leave this behind. You have to give this up to go through the door that's actually of what you want. Some of you are wanting to work things out. that it's just it has taken its course. Oh shit, 6 chakra, Archangel Metatron. Pay attention to the music, the lyrics that are coming in for most of you. It's going to give you plenty of clarity. And you may also want to listen to tuning forks while you meditate. You can YouTube tuning forks, or again, use yours. Let's look at 4476. It's 42, it's 4746, but I'm going to look at 4476. Let's see what they're talking about. Actually, let's just do 76. As we know, this has to do with the spiritual realm. Speaking of, it says blisters and boils. Let's see. 4476. Possession, place possessed. Ooh. Wow. So that some of you have to cleanse your area because there is no veil. So there's so many different energies around at this time. Beam work. Ooh, okay. Getting in the sunlight when you can as well. Grounding your feet in the grass. What else? Because it's going to help you with the sacral chakra, Archangel Ariel. Ooh, wear orange a lot more too. Or eat orange fruits. And then we have the woman holding a coin, which is the advice. Okay, this is going to help you with their indecision, beam work. So I want to look at beam work in the gematria. And 78, 528, 88. And 88 was indecision, Archangel Michael. So if you're in a position of being able to decide, is because you're too low vibrational, or the energies around you are too low vibration. It's time for you to rise up. Now, again, that's specific to when the moon is in your sun sign. This is the time where, you know, that energy sits at the root, but it's up to you and the choices that you make, whether it rises. Because if it doesn't rise, now you're now making your body susceptible to an actual physical death, pretty much. Just put that like that. The ancients knew what they knew and lived as long as they lived for a reason. I said, trust, you start to see how valuable it is. 1078 says, Lord. Okay, there's that. Yeah. Okay. 528. Which is the authority of spirit within you based on the decisions you make with your body, with certain formulas like the one I keep telling you. I ain't coming at you. I'm just the way my Leo energy is set up in my chart. You gonna get that vibe sometimes. Amun. 528 says Amun or Amen. To nourish, to be faithful. I'm telling you, sources out here talking to y'all. This is one of those things where you may have to play it back. I got you. So let's see what's in the environment. Ooh-wee. Mm-hmm. What's in the environment here for the collective? because what was in the environment yesterday is the possible outcome. What was in the immediate future yesterday is now the basis of your spread or the foundation of it. So this is what you're building on, your willpower. And this message is stating that you have been granted the access of the God within you, but it's up to you to give that up by listening to somebody else and they fuckery. You have the Four of Pentacles here in your environment. And it's showing up this way. I just heard this is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. It's going to feel that way at least, but it's part of the lesson. It was part of your contract, but at the same time, it's just like, bruh. Because this Five of Pentacles energy is walking towards this Four of Pentacles. Some of you, seriously, have to mind your business. People are going to wheel you in and distract you. Okay? But notice, instead of you going towards the Six of Pentacles, you're going to the Four of Pentacles, which is still a position of, it speaks of the legacy. It does speak of building a legacy. It does speak of building a legacy. However, there's still a lot of stagnant energy surrounding this, the way it is coming through here. Let's get one more. Because what you have at the bottom, the King of Swords. High vibrational, please. Oh, boy. Three of Wands. Okay. But it's in reverse. And then we got the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So this is all part of the journey then. For you to see exactly where 122.11, this less than, and it becomes even more less than, it's not a vibrational match to you. You have to see it. It's like you finally have to see it for all that it is. Mind, body, and spirit. In the past, it was just a physical thing, but now you're seeing it full spectrum. You're seeing the true colors of something here. And both of these indicate the sun's energy. Four of Pentacles and Three of Wands. Three of Wands is Aries. Four of Pentacles is Capricorn. And these are both cardinal signs. So in terms of the spirit of leadership, this fell on the ground in reverse. In terms of the spirit of leadership, you're being advised to just be mindful of who it is that you are, expressing what it is that you want to do next with. And some of you have to clear that energy to get to where you don't even have to even think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like because you'll hear that and that tends to come out because on a collective tip, it's like people could be surrounded by people that they have to defend themselves from. You know what I'm saying? But once you 737, but once you analyze everything that's going on, and in doing so, you begin to stand your ground, tame certain situations within you that might even reflect that outside of you, then you'll be able to, put things in its place and go where you got to go. There, all tied up. Instincts, door to value. You got to know what you're worth. And align with those who know your worth. What's this? Metatron. It's like when you're going through a meditative state, or you're doing, like, some of you do automatic writing. Others of you could just be journaling. And if you live in a neighborhood where people pass by in their cars playing a song, it's like whatever it is that you're writing at that time, and you hear the lyrics to a song, that's the universe responding to you. See what the words are, because this has to do with the part of you that's within, that's reflecting outside of you. Let's say it's something low vibrational. You're writing something high vibrational on the paper, but then this song that comes up with the lyrics is low vibrational. That's where you got to do that check with yourself. to balance it out and bring love into the situation. 4-9 is a 13. Let's see what's in the energy of your hopes and fears. And you got the angel of love that came out before that. And then you got this Knight of Cups here. Invitations, proposals. Some of you have been in the crib for quite some time here. And you're always saying no to invitations. Granted, you know yourself better than I do. You are you. Let's see what that's about. But just know. So, meaning uncertain, possibly lion-like. Ariel, okay. So lion-like, that's Leo. Ariel, that's sacral chakra. The sun. This could be someone you have a son with. Show me this energy of the Knight of Cups, hopes and fears. Either you do or you will. Two of Wands, you're at a crossroads. Someone you have a son with, you're at a crossroads. For the last 2 years. What's at the top here? 4 of Cups. Speaking of discontent, and I'm getting change, whatever it is that has you in this energy of being discontent, because that's also a choice. Show me this energy with the 2 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Yeah. We have the 3rd chakra. Oh, woman holding a coin. Angel of balance. Something here is being balanced out for you. Don't overthink it, though. Don't overthink it. That's why you also got the Fool card yesterday as your current situation. So with that being said, show me the 4 of Swords energy, because it was in the environment yesterday. What's this 4 of Swords as a possible outcome then? Meaning rest and rejuvenation from things where you may have felt all tied up. Let's look at the outcome. Then we got the man holding a coin, which is another matching pair. First, you had the thinking woman, thinking man, air sign vibes, and then now you have earth sign. So we had the divine masculine going from a king to an emperor. You have the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and we had the King of Cups. So this has something to do with lack of emotional intelligence because of things that occurred in the home or things that occur with this person in the way that they were raised. You or them. The Lovers, Gemini. What's at the bottom here? Page of Cups. Having to make a decision on a love offer. 1 to 5 days, twice. Having to make a decision on a love offer. Gemini, again. This is a twin flame energy. Speaking of what we was talking about before, where this divine masculine this king has went through a lot of situations physically or emotionally that you went through emotionally or physically. You're getting to see at this point, collective, the reason why each and every body is in your life. Look who's here, the Empress, because the 4 kings is equivalent to the emperor and the 4 queens is the empress. It's like really going to work or reevaluating your core values here. We got Taurus, 2nd house. So this may have to do with being aware of what happens to your finances when you're around people or when you separate yourself from people. And then you have Libra, 7th house, which speaks of I balance, things that you are able to balance out through confrontation. Ooh. God. The Sun card in reverse? What is this about? For some of you, it's a hard ass no when it comes to a Gemini. You got to put that to rest. Or advice that you're taking or giving to a sibling or cousin. On another side note, others of you definitely make sure everything is up to par with your vehicle. Why is the Sun card here in reverse? The World. Wow. It's time for this cycle to end. And then we got the Angel of Strength once again. With the 5, speaking of change. Or Leo energy, which is at the basis of your spread. Show me again the Leo energy, which is coming out here. There's a lot of other doors you can walk through. Show me this World energy with the Sun card in relation to the King of Wands and adjacent possibilities. Appreciation. Go where you're appreciated. Go where you're celebrated. Make that your new habit, and it'll help you with this anxiety that you've been experiencing here. That's the 602, the 6-2 that we had for stand your ground when it comes to this journey that you have in these soul contracts. Mars and Gemini. And then once you do that, you'll be walking through the door to value. Because you know your value. There go that number 31 once again, which has been showing up quite a few. Connect to that law of detachment, baby. Let me look at 31. And then we'll go to the moon cards to close this out. 31 is my father is majesty. I love to hear it. Ahihud. Let's see what it means, though. Let's look a little bit more into it. Come on. Oh. Mind you, today is a Red Cosmic Skywalker Day, Kin 13. And one of the songs that is on the playlist for Red Cosmic Skywalker, Somebody I Used to Know. Now you just somebody that I used to know. So that could be significant too. Let me see. 31. Ahihud is actually what we're looking at. No, baby. Brother of honor. Ooh. With your sibling energy with this Gemini Knight of Swords, but the Sun card is in reverse. Hold up. This is also giving the vibes of someone that is close to you now recognizing what it means for your ego to be in service of the soul, not the other way around. Ahihud speaks of the exaltation of joy. This may have to do with an Aries, because the sun is exalted in Aries. So it's the exaltation of joy and its unifying power. Some people are really going to have these transformations and these dream states that it's inevitable. Like I'm telling you, when I'm saying like that veil is gone, that shit is gone. To the point, it's like, were you asleep? Did that happen while you were awake in this reality, or awake in the dream state reality? You know what I'm saying? So envy, telling you. Some of them are going to start to see some shit where they know that you are the only one they can come to. Carrying connections to help them through this. 2014 could be significant. Happy family. There it goes again. So you're being asked to look at this from a higher perspective because you are the healer of the ages. To whom much is given, much is required. Like I said, you're going to want to probably take people's heads off their shoulders, but nah. A new start is coming. Let that love in you speak for itself. There's enough war going on this planet anyway. Final message for the collective. I may come back later on tonight. We'll see. If not, have a wonderful evening. We're going to take this one too, because I definitely moved that with my finger. The use and action of your will is my thumb or the thumb. So conclusions are within reach. All you must do is surrender to the divine. And this has already kicked in as of the last full moon that we had in the sign of Leo. So manifest the world of unconditional love that you know you are deserving of as we approach the new moon in Pisces, 19th and 20th of this month, depending on where you are. And look what we got here. It's not the full moon in Leo, but it is the new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. And that's your current situation. The card expressing your current situation. Having the strength to realign with your courage. That leads to confidence. And with that confidence, you're going to be able to, bring things into balance because you know who you are. Most people do this competition envy thing because they don't know who they are. Therefore, they're competing with somebody else, doing something that another is doing. But continue to be your authentic self. Go where you're celebrated, love. And that's that. That's your message. You just got my acceptance letter into acupuncture doctorate pro. Whoop, whoop. Let's go, Ruby. Lots of healing and love to everyone. I am so proud of you. You go, mama. You better work. So we got an acupuncturist in the building. Y'all already know the vibe. So when she get her thing situated, y'all already know. Ruby in the building. And that's a beautiful word we can use to conclude the message, right? I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.